guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I've got a very exciting guest, that is Olga Maria from Productive Journeys blog. And Olga is going to tell us how she has used Pinterest to gain about 10,000 hits to her blog in the first month since setting it up. So 100% of her traffic is coming from Pinterest. Almost all of it is coming from the United States. And Olga is actually going to be able to join Mediavine Ad Network within just 1 month of setting up her blog, all because of her Pinterest efforts. So we're going to get some insight into her Pinterest strategy, what's working for her and what isn't, and how she was able to get an incredible amount of 10,000 hits to her blog just from Pinterest in 1 month.
Hey, how are you?
So I'm here with Olga Maria, who is normally a travel blogger over at Dreams in Heels, but has recently just started another website, productivejourney.com. And Olga is here today to talk to us a little bit about Pinterest and her new website.
Hi, Janet. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, so excited to have you on. So could you tell us a little bit about your new website? What's it about and when did you set it up?
Sure. I just set it up this website a month ago. It's called Productive Journey, and it's all about like working from home tips, wellness, productivity, and also it has like quick, easy recipes. It's pretty much making the life of people that are working remotely or easier, I would say. Mm-hmm.
Just correct me if I'm wrong now, but your new site, which is only about a month old, has already hit, pretty much has just hit 10,000 hits. Is that correct?
10,000 sections, but 15,000 page views.
Wow, it's even better. And all of this is coming from Pinterest.
Yep, it is. Like I would say like 95% of it. I'm starting to get a little bit of organic here and there, but not really too much yet because it's it's a very young site. I'll be honest with you, before I got all these results, I kind of was a little bit not a big believer on Pinterest. I hated it at the beginning. And then when I really realized the potential and how much traffic, and I'm telling you, because even during now quarantine, I had these pins of on Dreams in Heels that went viral. And because of that, I was able to keep my steady traffic on Dreams in Heels when I was losing all the traffic from Google. And I started creating like, topics like people were looking like productive things to do at home when you can travel. And because I launched that pin right away when it first started the quarantine, I actually, those pins still rank at the top for me. And I was getting 3,000, 4,000 clicks per pin. I screenshot everything. I was in disbelief. I've been showing it to people and I could not believe it, that I could get so much traffic off Pinterest.
Turns out people are getting traffic from Pinterest. You just need to be doing the right pins.
Exactly. You need to like think about, what kind of content people will be searching at that time.
It's incredible, really, to start off with. That's just amazing. So congratulations for building that so fast. So if you could tell us a little bit about what your Pinterest strategy was at the start. So when you set up the site, what did you have to think about to do with Pinterest, and what steps did you take to set up your Pinterest account?
Sure. Well, I've been using the same strategy that I use for Dreams in Heels. I personally, I had already, my own strategy that I was working, like I would say, pretty good, but I wanted to increase the clicks. So I hired a Pinterest strategy to help me to put a strategy together for Dreams in Heels. Her name is Julie from Wandering Sunset. She's another fellow travel blogger, actually. And then after this, I just ran with the strategy and I kind of make it my way. And I started applying it to the new website from the beginning. So first of all, I started researching what everything that people will search for on Pinterest around the topics that I'm writing about, like working from home and wellness and all, what people were searching. I think it's very important that you write content for Pinterest that, that is Pinterest friendly, that people want to actually read. And after that, I started creating like a bunch of pins related to that. And I also created boards, like from more general boards to very specific ones on the areas that I wanted to focus on my website. I started with like 15 boards, but then I started little by little adding boards as I added more and more content to my website, What I did was I took some of the pins that already Julie had designed for Dreams in Heels, and some of them I just changed the colors and I changed a little bit around, and I started using them for Productive Journey. And then she designed 2 more for me for Productive Journey. So I just took those and changed them around, make them longer, change things around. And I've been testing. It's all about testing different kind of designs and seeing also what does better, for you.
Two questions on that. Number one, are you using Canva or something else?
Yes, I'm using Canva Pro because I like it because it gives you all the images, they are for free. You can use all of them. And also it's easier because you can also change, save your branding colors. So it's way easier for me to be, playing around. I could also upload fonts. I would say one of the keys for having a more unique and different pin is all about the font. The font is very important. So I would suggest not using only the Canva Pro fonts because honestly they're not that great as fonts that you could buy. So I bought some fonts and then I upload them into Canva.
That's a great tip. And then the other question I had to do with Canva and your actual pins is the length of your pins. I noticed that you don't always use the standard Pinterest size pins, that sometimes you do longer ones.
I have compared them and I noticed that sometimes, I don't know, the longer pins, I like it a lot for like when I do like food or I do like gift guides or I do certain pins. I don't know, just they have a different feel to it. So it depends. I don't know, it just depends. When I grab an article, I try to play with different ones just to see what it does better. But sometimes, honestly, they both, I don't know, sometimes one do better than the other one. It depends, the post.
What do you think about group boards? Are you a member of many group boards yet?
Actually, in my new account, the one for Product Journey, I'm not. I think I only belong to maybe, I don't know, like 2 group boards, I think. I don't really use them, to be honest. And all my strategy have been so far manually. I haven't invested yet on Tailwind. I use Tailwind for Dreams and Heels, but Tailwind is very, how can I say, like, it's good, I feel, when you have a lot of content already because it helps you to not repeat the same, content and to be able to schedule it. Tailwind is nice, but I think you could also be successful doing it manually. But I think when you have, for example, in Dreams and Heels already, I do get a lot of traffic from Pinterest, but I already have like 600 published posts or 700. So when you have so many posts, for me, it's very hard because I'm managing so many things at the same time to keep track. And I feel Tailwind helps me to be able to schedule things on a certain, every few days or every whatever. But for the new site, because I only have now like 22 published posts, it's very new. So I just been, it's easier for me to manage.
How cool that is. You have 22 posts and 10,000 views in your first month. That's pretty impressive.
10,000 sections actually. I just applied for Mediavine actually last night, and the views are more. They're 15,000 page views already.
And so, what exactly then is your strategy? Like, as in, you just said you manually post. So, are you going on Pinterest 5 times a day and pinning, or every morning?
No, I usually, depending my day, but usually I go in the middle of the day or sometimes in the nighttime, the night before, and I will ping into my relevant boards first, and then I ping into my best board. And I, of course, I'll make sure that I research first, like I said, the keywords and everything else of what people are searching for. And I try to include them in my description. Writing the description is very important. And then after that, I usually, sometimes the next day or sometimes the same day, I only do one pin thread. I only do one per day, that's all.
Okay.
Or sometimes, I would say one per day, only the 5 days of the week, because on the weekend, I usually barely do anything.
To clarify for people watching, there on Facebook, there are these groups and they have these Pinterest repin threads where, well, sometimes it could be 10 or 15 people. Sometimes there could be 100 people, and you repin each other's pins. You repin everyone's pins, and it can get you quite a bit of extra exposure for your pin, right?
But I feel, at least in my experience so far for travel, there's more like room to do that. But for food and lifestyle in general, it's not as many. So usually it's not as many people doing this in general. So it tends to be, honestly, it have been more about, I would say, the keywords and about the way the pin looks and about being consistent, because Pinterest is all about being consistent and trying, even when I don't have a new pin, I try to at least go each day and pin some, top posts that I like from the different, topics I write about. So that was another thing I did. I started going every day and pinning, something that was relevant. Pinterest now only want fresh pins, so I don't really repin pins over and over. I honestly only pin it the first time I launch the pin. I pin it first to the relevant boards, then I pin it to the best boards, and then that's it. After that, I focus on new pins, but of course for the same article. So let's say you're new, let's say, and you only have 3-4 articles, this is all you have. So what I do is we create like maybe 10 pins per article, and I promote those different fresh pins.
So you just might change the color scheme a bit, like change the text around a bit, or would you totally change the whole pin?
Some of them I totally change them, some of them I just change around the photos. What I do is I try to target different keywords, so I try to change also the titles, like, so it sounds like different. It's nice to have like nice, I would say easy to read short titles that make, that go straight to the point. So I try to change the titles a little bit. I try to experiment, like, for example, just to give you one quick example, the other day I did a pin for a men's travel gift guide for Dreams in Heels, right? So I took a pin and I made it like more like the ultimate gift guide for dads who travel. Then I make another pin more about, I use the word then men who travel, or, so I change it around, and then I did another one, and then I put perfect for Father's, just in time for Father's Day, so then, so all the pins have a different purpose. Some of them are more evergreen and some of them are more seasonal, but it's the same post.
They're all going to the same post. Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Exactly.
So you're doing up to 10 pins for each post. I didn't realize I should be doing that many pins. You said you had something extra to say about impressions.
Yeah, one thing that is very important is don't pay attention to the number, the monthly viewers, because honestly, that's not really what you should be looking at. You should be looking at your analytics, because one of the things that is being happening with Pinterest, sometimes Pinterest get very glitchy, and it happens that you might have today, let's say, a big number, because it happened to me. I was almost at 1 million, then it dropped to 600 monthly viewers because Pinterest was having a glitch. But I still getting the same amount of traffic on Dreams in Heels, to my blog. So what you need to think about is the clicks you're getting, and don't rely on the clicks you see also on Pinterest, because Pinterest sometimes get glitchy. What you need to always compare with is your analytics. Check how much traffic you're really getting from Pinterest. And if you see that you're not getting a lot of clicks, then something is wrong. It could be your design, maybe your font is not readable, something, so you have to always try new things to see why people
are using the wrong keywords. Like you're using a keyword that isn't actually relevant to the pin. So maybe then they're getting not clicking.
Yeah, it could be honest. It could be so many things, but I would say a lot of things I think are visual, because it's people. You have to think Pinterest is not a social media network; it's a visual search engine. Maybe you can just hire somebody like I did with Julie to create your templates, and then you can just switch around those templates. I think it's important to invest if you are not good at it, to have something good.
And it's just once off. Just pay the money and get really nice templates. I think that's it. I won't leave it too long. Amazing, Olga. Thank you so much for this. It was so helpful. I'm sure everyone is going to be jumping on Pinterest and trying to increase their traffic. And I'll put your contact details below so that people can get in touch.